you know what the Haitians call tay? Us Americans call, especially Sherry calls mud cookies, but this tay is made out of mud, and they actually put a little salt in it and a little bit of just a tab of butter, and bake it in the sun. They go down deep into the earth to get this special rock. For several years, this has really been on Sherry's heart to find this area, and it's been very secretive. We've been trying to find out, and we could never get to the area where it was. Everybody was hesitant. But then the Lord opened some doors from two people who lives up in that area who we have been good to and have blessed the poor, and people knew us. And so we sent them up there. Then we sent two of the camera crew at Love a Child, who's really got a passion for the poor. Went in there to tape what's really going on that's never been seen on television that I know of anywhere. Try to have people so we can feed the hungry, so children won't have to eat the earth, eat the tay. We just want you to see this today, because no one should have to eat tay or the mud cookie to stay alive.
Mwen dodo, a fait par un babon, m'oblige à de lever pour nous rester à manger. La situation par un babon, m'oblige à de lever pour moi si vous Dieu a fait un bagage pour moi. Et de m'avait de papa m'boter tite pour manger. Parfois me fait journée sans manger, me saute dans terre, c'est comme ça me dormir.
Nous-mêmes ici, nous faisons terre. C'est situation qui permet de nous faire terre. Parce que côté Bouik Marie, c'est là où manger, tant pour nous voir la faire moun, nous obligés de rentrer dans la terre pour nous rester à faire manger les moun. Parce que les petits moun comme ça, pas de cas pour nous lever terre. C'est situation qui permet ça. Alors ça permet que nous obligés d'initier nous dans la terre. Parce que son travail dit combien nous avons fait notre beauté en bête là, $1. Oui, c'est nous avons une aide pour Timounio parce que des misères Timounio a passé là dans la zone Sapataire, arrivé, Laspati, Campèche, bah ça yo misère Timounio a passé parce que gagner un Timoun comme ça. Telle la beauté. Parfois la beauté telle l'arrivée là quand encore même manger, il n'y a pas qu'à manger. Alors, présence nous là, ça c'est qu'ils ont sauvé pour nous.
Moi, c'est Joseph Anes, je suis dans la campèche. Depuis une fête, je n'ai pas jamais une pièce d'activité. L'activité nous fait dans la terre. C'est là-dedans ni jeune garçon, ni grand monde, ni jeune fille, c'est lui qui fait tout manger, toute à l'école, toute activité. Bettina, c'est un petit monde qui fait en 2006. Il y a deux laits, une fine bataille, une trempille. C'est Bettina qui coule le maman qu'on a couché dans la cabane, les petits nourrices. C'est Bettina qui est contente. Il y a des laits, il y a les beautés de l'eau, les trempilles, et lui-même il coule le tout. Font pile activité. Après de bagages puis la majorité c'est Bettina que li batté à li couler passer terre li tendre terre et parce qu'il pas de capacité de monter machine pour la faire n'importe où. Avait dit là nos pays ou pas gain bon ou pas gain pas bon, tout ça pas bon, tout vient bon, tout ça bon, tout vient pas bon, avait dit oublier tout mêlé.
Je Bettina Joseph, moi j'étais dans campus. Les mamans m'attendaient me détendre. Les mamans me besoin de battre, ils ne peuvent pas battre, mais ils battent. Ils mangent terre, ils font cette femme sa terre, ils font ciment terre, ils font savon terre.
This is Joshua. He's hungry. Today, he's not eaten any food. Literally nothing. He's not just hungry, he's starving. In all reality, Joshua will die of hunger-related disease, maybe not today, but not that too long in the future. He'll join the other 11,000 children who die daily of hunger-related diseases. Now, Joshua is not in some barren desert like the Sahara where there is no food. Literally, a 5-minute walk up this hill, there's a small supermarket where you can buy as much food as you really want or would need. Joshua's issue is that he's an orphan. His guardian neighbour is trying to raise her own 3 children by herself and then also look after Joshua and his little sister. But she has no job. How do you put food in the belly of your own children, let alone your dead neighbour's children? She tries, but what's her chances? She's got no education, she's got no unemployment benefits, she's got no social security. It's not that she's fallen through the cracks of the system, there is no system. She literally has no way to put food into Joshua's belly. This is Joshua. He watched today as some lucky children went to school. He so wishes he could go to school, but it costs 50 cents to go to school here. And he hasn't got 50 cents. 50 cents. He's not alone. Most people in this slum, they live on $1 or $2 a day. How do you take the dollars that you earn and pay rent, buy some food, and still have 50 cents left over to pay for school fees? You just can't. He won't go to school ever. No education, no learning. He'll remain illiterate, not able to read or write. And Joshua will stay here and die in this slum. And along with maybe the other 60 million children in the next decade who live in the slums on our planet. Now, I know that the Bible has lots to tell us about the poor. In fact, there are over 2,000 verses in the Bible that tell us who seemingly read and follow the Bible that we should take the side of the poor and the oppressed. And we all know that if we follow Jesus, we're following someone who himself was poor. But theology is never done in a vacuum. You see, it's one thing to believe that God loves the poor. It's another thing to see it firsthand or see it through video and say, okay, God loves the poor, and because I love that same God, I should love the poor also. But who we listen to determines what we hear. Where we stand determines what we see. What we do determines who we are. So who are you? See, Joshua's only problem is that he was born in the wrong place. He didn't choose to be born here. So should he be condemned to a living hell now because of a choice he never made? And now something else is about to happen to Joshua and his family. It's about to get dark in this slum. And there's no lights. There's no police present. I mean, during the day, we see the chaos, we see the trash, we see the smell of sewage, we see people walking around, we see them barely surviving by their living. But at dark, we don't see what happens. 1 out of every 3 women in Haruma have been beaten or abused. Nearly 1 out of 2 10-year-old to 19-year-old girls, 45% of them, have been raped in this slum. Turn the sun off, and this slum and little Joshua live in fear of violence. And in the dark of night, no one knows what happens. No one's here filming it. It's hidden, but it's real. But this is Joshua. He's still here. He can't escape. And what did he do wrong? Nothing. Nothing. What we do determines who we are. Is there someone out there who's willing to walk the way of Jesus, to be his hands and his feet? Is there something or someone who can pierce the darkness and bring light into even the darkest place on earth? So here's the good news. There are some incredible people who live in this slum who are walking the way of Jesus to help Joshua, to give him food, to give him a safe place to grow up, an education to empower him. You know, for 17 cents, food can be put in his belly. $35 a month will give him an education to empower him out of the cycle of poverty. And the good news is, you can join this movement. You can be a part of helping this Joshua and many other Joshuas. Join the movement to kick extreme poverty off the face of the planet and live out the gospel of Jesus Christ in a most powerful, real way.
This is just Brother Oliver giving you some information on the trip that we went to Haiti. My first experience of Haiti was, it was very heartbreaking. The amount of poverty that we saw there. We saw kids walking with 5-gallon buckets of water on their head, going back home. They have, most of the homes don't have any running water. What they do, they have to go to public areas to get their water, right? And as far as the toilet facilities, none of them have bathrooms. All they do is have a hole outside in the yard, and some of them have built up areas and some of them don't. And they just, that's where they use the bathroom, right there in the ground. And the kids, most of them, when we went to the first orphanage, they, most of the kids, they did have a shirt. Some had underpants, some had shirts and no underpants, right? But one thing I must say, those kids were so happy, so contented, and they appreciated everything that we done. Right? We took them in. The girls gave the boys a hair wash, and it was so exciting for them, and so they were coming back saying, "Oh, I didn't have mine done," right? So they wanted it done again. But they, you know, these things that we take for granted, right? We don't know how blessed we are living on this island of Bermuda, and until we went to Haiti and saw this poverty. So we had to do something, and our aim first was to go and help this orphanage that we went to, and the orphanage name is Faranda Head. Is F-A-N-D-A-P-H-E-R-D, Faranda Head, and is run by a lady named Farah, right? And she's very compassionate. She doesn't ask for much. All she wants to do, when we first went there, she asked us, "Look, I don't have any room for the boys to stay at night, right? I have room for the girls, but sometimes these boys go back. I don't know if they go to a home or they just live on the street. Can you put a room on for us?" That was our first priority. We said yes. We started the first year we went, we laid the foundation, put the floors, and when we went next year, we built it up, and the following year, we put the roof on. And it's a regular block building project, but the roof was 2x6s with tin metal corrugated tin for the roofs. And then she didn't have a kitchen area, so it was one room away from the orphanage. One of her friends had built, but she wanted a sink in there. So we said, okay, we'll put your sink in. So what I done, I built it up. We got a sink, we measured it up, and we put the concrete top on it, left the hole in for the sink. Then we just dropped the sink in there. She was so contented with that, right? So now she asks us if we could put a cabinet so she can put her dishes in there. So this is what we intend to do this year when we go. And also last year when we was there, they have an area where they do exercising, right? But it was just a dirt area, right?
Right.
And sometimes with the kids, you know, they don't have shoes. They just go and do the exercise. And sometimes they split the toes and whatnot. So she asked if we could concrete. So what we done last year, we concreted a big area. Must have been about 20 by maybe 16.
Right.
And they were so appreciative
Right.
of that. And when we left, they were so appreciative of what we done. They don't have, they have a gas stove, right? But they don't have money for the propane,
Oh, right.
right? So what we do every year we go down, we get 2 cylinders, fill them up, and we leave them there.
Right.
And that pretty well lasts us until we come back, right?
Right.
She didn't have electricity. She wanted us to borrow, can we leave our generator there? So we told her no, because we need it when we come back.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do is go and buy her a generator.
Right. Yeah.
She cried when we brought that generator back to her. All the children came, and this is where, I don't know if you can see that. This is where they gave us a thank you, and they bought a thank you card for us and put some pictures on the work we were doing there. And it was really, and they made us a bracelet. Right.
I see Oliver and Keeflin there.
Keeflin, yeah, and Noel, Noel, and then Floyd. Floyd's there. Yeah.
Keeflin's there eating the mango.
Yeah, Keeflin's there eating. We're supposed to be working. See what?
yeah.
I was doing all the work, and Keeflin was sitting on
Keeflin,
eating the
nah.
mango. You know, Port-au-Prince is the area where we are, and that's the poorest section in Haiti.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have paved roads. The honest paved roads in Port-au-Prince is like when we go to the supermarket, certain areas where the international businesses are, that's where you find paved roads. But all the other roads are dirt roads. It's so dusty, you're driving through. People are selling all the goods.
Right.
People are cooking there and selling, and all the dust flying. It's really unsanitary.
Right.
And I said, man, look at this. I mean, we're living in heaven compared to these lot, right?
That's right.
But they don't complain. They seem contented. Although they have big crime there, we got to be careful certain areas. They have what tell us not to go,
Yes.
and I think this is worldwide.
Yeah.
But the people are so appreciative of everything that we do.
Right.
They don't have public transportation. They have a transportation system called Tap Tap. What is it's a open back van. It has a top on it. And what they do, you just go by and tap on it, and they stop and pick you up. And sometimes it's about maybe 15, 20, all jammed up in this little van.
Everyone wants to ride.
And they just take you where you want to go.
Yep.
And another transportation is the motorbikes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you might see 4 or 5 people on a motorbike.
Yeah.
Keeflin went to get some cement one time, and we were running short of cement, so he picked up his motorbike. Keeflin went. He came back with 2 bags of cement on the bike as well as Keeflin.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the transportation you have down there.
2-wheel truck.
2-wheel truck.
Yeah.
And all these things, we can see how blessed we are when we live on this
You have a
island.
service there, right?
We have a
worship. You say you have a
yes.
worship
Okay. Where we go church is called the Santos Church of Christ, right? And in that Church of Christ, that's where the school is. They have a school there as well. And the caretaker stays on the property, right? So what we want to do this year too is when we go back there. Well, we laid out the foundations all laid out. We want to concrete the foundations and put the slab in for the classroom. They want us to build a classroom there.
Right.
But even in the church itself, when we first went there, they had a baptistry. It's just in the water, a hole in the ground, right? And it's painted. It's nothing elaborate, right? And they have a trolley with steps in it where you wheel it over and you go down into the baptistry. But as far as the electricity, and we thought it was so dangerous for all the plugs. They had a piece of 2x3, right? And they had the box screwed to this 2x3, but no cover on it before the naked wires there, not even taped up.
Oh, wow. Oh.
So what we decided to do, Noel, which is Brother Noel, and he got a young boy from the orphanage to work with him, and he was interested in electrical, and he really helped Noel out, right? And Noel installed, we installed plugs all around the church, right? Covers on. We install ceiling fans and lights,
Yes.
right? Because it's really hot in there, right?
Right.
And the church don't have any windows or doors on it.
Yes.
You know, it's a good, nice roof, a newly built church. But I guess in time when they get the funds, they'll probably put the windows in. And everything there is bars. You know, you have to bar up everything, and everything has a main gate. There's a big metal gate.
Right.
And you have to knock before you
Come
just
in.
come. And this is the security of practically all through Port-au-Prince.
Oh, okay.
But the church, the congregation, it's a congregation about, I would say, probably 30, 40 maybe. Yeah, and majority women.
Okay.
You know, but it was so strange one Sunday when we came out. I was telling you earlier about the bike taxis.
Yes.
So this guy left with a grandmother, a mother, and a child on there. So
Right.
4 up on his bike.
Yeah.
Good.
All
And
right.
that's the mean of transportation.
Good.
And we even bought a bike for one of the ministers there.
Okay.
And he uses it sometimes for a taxi as well. When we
Okay.
plan to go to Haiti, what we do, we ask, first we used to take clothes, but we found out that when we send that container there, not one of them, we send full containers, and they didn't get not one.
That's right.
So there's so much corruption in
That's
Haiti, right?
Yes.
So what we decided to do, if members can donate funds, and what we do, when we collect the funds, when we go to Haiti, we check the orphanage and see what they need, basically. And mostly it's food,
Yeah.
right? So we get big sacks of cereal
Yes.
and stuff like that,
Right.
Leave that for them. Like school supplies, you know, we buy that for them.
Yeah.
But the sisters, when they go, they normally have classes for the students that are at this school where Brother Waymire has, right? And they go there and teach, and it's been very successful. A lot of them, because down there you have to have a translator because they speak Creole, right? They don't speak English,
Right.
and sometimes it's sort of difficult. Like when we do our lessons, like last year I preached on the morning as well as the evening, but I have to have an interpreter.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and that's what made it's all right, but it makes it sort of difficult.
Yes,
You know, but and that's the honest way. You know, we can communicate. We have to have an interpreter.
Right.
Wherever we go, if we're going shopping, we have to, you know, and there's always somebody there. There's always a young boy there, right? And
Yeah.
they're very devoted to Christ. They're, you know, Christians,
Right.
and they're awesome young men. You
Okay. All right.
know.
Any final comments?
My final comments would be, if we can get more brethren to go to Haiti with us. You know, we have 4 congregations in Bermuda, and we all come together and just, you know, that way we can do so much more there. But that's what I would like to see, more of our brethren from Bermuda to go to Haiti. And we've met several denominational people that goes to Haiti as well, you know,
Right.
and they do their part.
Yeah.
But I would just like to see more of us from the churches of Christ here in Bermuda to go to Haiti.
All right. Hey, Oliver, thanks a lot for the information.
Hey, Keithlin, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, Romano. What's up, man?
Yeah, tell me about your experiences in Haiti, so that the membership can have a better idea as far as being having a benevolent heart to people down in Haiti.
Well, Haiti is exciting and is humbling at the same time. You know, there's a few people that we have met down there, a few orphanages we had meant to visit. We saw a lot of different things at different orphanages, different levels of struggles of people going through different things, children being abused and stuff like that. So we got to the point where we decided on helping out one orphanage where we saw the need was more important than the other ones. And I said the need is that the orphanage is called Thunderford Children's Home. It's a young lady who was taught the gospel by Roberta, the girl that was murdered down there, and she runs her orphanages the way how Roberta ran hers, meaning that she teaches them, she schools them, and she looks after them. And this orphanage hers like where people actually would drop the children off at her door. She would find them in the morning time, come outside, don't know the child's name, don't you know what I mean, and then she just take them. And what she has done so far is very impressive. You know?
Right.
Children have grown up and done good things. And we also have adopted a church called the Santo Church of Christ. We're doing work there now. This trip, we're going on this trip, we are planning on starting to build our classrooms outside where they have wooden classrooms, but we want to, make them out of block.
Right.
So we're going to do the footings and the slay up on this trip. You know what I mean? The other one, from the Fred, we had built a room for her boys, a bedroom, which is completed now. We're also done working on our kitchen sink, and we have put a landing outside for her children to play on, a pergola type of thing on top of it.
Yeah.
And we also have in the process now of adopting another orphanage called LeConte Children's Home. It's a young man that was in the School of Theology. Has been practicing to be a preacher, and it was a need also in his district where children have been abused and the parents have died. So he has taken the responsibility of raising these children. We are in the process now of going to visit him on this trip to see what we can help with him, but also trying to help out some other people at the same time. But visit all over Haiti. We've been all over the place.
Right.
Because the need is so great that it hurts to leave because you're leaving them. There's so much work to be done. It's been humbling. It's been humbling and encouraging at the same time because the team that I have, the nucleus of my team is our brother Oliver, brother Oric, sister Karen, brother Floyd, sister Davina. That's my nucleus, and this group, they can't wait to get back every year. This is my 5th year, and my team's 4th year of going on, and we're making it an annual thing, meaning that we're trying to build on whatever we left behind the following year.
Members here in Bermuda, what's the best way to be helpful to people in Haiti?
Well, the best way I say to be helpful is that I could tell you a story of how we thought that taking stuff to Haiti. See, the first trip we took all these clothes, then the second trip we took all these shoes. We found out that they may make plans on this side of the world, and when we get there, our plans always change. Because what we realize is that what we may think they need is not what they need. Understand me now? So you got to find out what their need is first. So that's why now we have communications open all through the Europe of what they need, what can they use.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I can tell you stories of people that have took computers down there and computed the whole school out, ready to return the next year to find the computers outside on the ground.
Right.
Because they have no resource to keep the computers working.
That's right.
No air condition, nobody got teaching them how to use them, you know what I mean, on a regular basis. So we found out that what we do now on the last 2 trips what we done is, instead of taking all these bags of clothes and all this stuff, we have asked our church at the Brighton Hill to donate funds. Even though we have a budget, a building cost budget, we asked them for funds. What we do with the funds is we go and buy stuff down there. So we also help the economy by doing that. We also help them of giving them the goods that they're used to.
So
sometimes take them stuff that we used to using, they're not used to that. You know what I mean? So we try to make sure trying to make them as comfortable as we can. What we do. That's what we take to them. The last trip we had, the funds we got, took the ladies. While the guys were working, we gave the funds to the ladies. They went out with a guide shopping to all the stores, bought all the toiletries and different things after they had to visit the orphanages, right? To find out what their need was. Then when they returned to the villa where we stay at, right? We broke everything down the center, and we gave half to LeConte Children's Home and the other half to Thunderford Orphanage and Children's Home. The look on the faces of the people, the patrons, the people that look after the children and the children, to when we packed everything on the tables and it's like, oh, this is ours? Yes, it is. I mean, they were so happy. I mean, they kissed us. They that one trip they danced for us. They gave us bracelets, and to me, the little stuff that they give us, I cherish it. Because they have nothing. I mean, and them going out of their way to try to give us something back. Just shows how much they appreciate what they have done for them. Instead of just giving, we decided to take on a course where we take some young men that stay at Sunlight Children's Home. This is a home that Roberta had started over 20-something years ago. And these young men there, we take them and we employ them while we're there. The time that we're there, we pay them, give them a wage, and we also teach them.
Yes.
I mean, how to be masons, how to be carpenters,
Right,
how to
right.
be electricians. I mean, laborers. And what we do is when we leave, we try to leave some tools with them. And by doing that, there's a young man named Maxwell who has now gone on to be doing odd jobs throughout the neighborhood.
Yeah, right, right.
The tools that we leave, his little carpentry, little masonry, and he looks forward to us coming, you know.
Yes.
So we're just trying now is just to enhance them and give them a skill
Yes.
that they can use to build off of, so that they can get self-sufficient.
Right,
And that's the other avenue that we're trying to do for them is that we don't want to just keep giving them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we don't want to make them like, how would I put
Dependent.
it? Dependent on us all the time.
Yes.
So we're trying to get them in the habit of doing for themselves.
Amen. Yeah.
And we talk to them. All of us sit down and talks to them. Oryx sits down and talks to them. Davina and Karen always talking to the girls because for the women now, the women have incorporated a teaching class that they teach for at least 5 to 6 days that they're there.
Yes.
All the women from the is about 8 to 10 Churches of Christ in the central area
Yes.
that invite older women to come to a latest class. You know what I mean? So they come, they feed them, but they also give them good information.
Good.
And this trip here, they had asked for specific information of what is the role of women in the church.
Right.
You know what I mean? So these girls again, this trip here to teach you on this level.
Yes.
And then whatever other questions they have, they ask the women, and the women just try to keep molding it. You know what I mean? So it's a very, very productive trip that we take. I mean, this mission is, and we also have an evangelistic component to it too. To whereas Brother Oliver, Brother Oric, and Brother Floyd. We try to incorporate them to whereas one would do a main lesson, one do a Bible study, and one does the evening study, evening service. We try to incorporate this on every trip that we go on.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And we have even had baptisms come out of it. I mean, of Haitian people. So it's very important that we keep the evangelistic thing to me is the most important.
That's right.
It's spreading the gospel. I mean, the work is a good thing, but we must also bring the word of God wherever we go.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, because we also had met contacts with different people that come from different Churches of Christ overseas, and sometimes when we're there, if they got a mission on at another part, I would take a day to go with them, just to get some experience and just to meet new people. You know what I mean?
Right.
To see what I can do to enhance my mission team. You know, so that's pretty much the nucleus of the whole thing. Is us trying to work together to enhance the lives of those in Haiti that we come in contact with.
All right, there, Brother Keithlin. Good information. I'm sure the congregation is thankful for the input that you gave to us and have a better understanding how we can be helpful to other people in other countries in the world. All right, thanks a lot, bro.
No problem, man.
All right,
Thank you, man.
Cool.
Keep
All
up the good work.